Fine. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll run one presentation, a PPT. That is a standard PPT, and then I'll show you the demo in the SAP system, and then whatever the questions you have there in your mind, you can ask in Hindi, English, because हम दोनों ही हैं और तो कोई है नहीं, so we can discuss, right? Okay, fine. So just give me a minute. आपको मेरा स्क्रीन दिख रहा है?
हाँ दिख रहा है, यस.
SAP overview. Okay, so SAP overview, we'll just run this presentation. What is about this SAP? So learning objective, what is the learning objective of this course? That means if you learn, what will be your benefit and how you will place yourself. So SAP can be learned at the two. One is the consultant level, will give you an opportunity to work across many industries, FMCG, manufacturing, consumer durables, oil and gas, and work with large IT consulting and management consulting companies. Another is learning at consultant level will give you an exposure to test the user environment, hence there is another scope to work at user level. So this thing is what happening, I'll tell you. So there are two ways you can work in the SAP domain. One is at a user level or maybe power user level, little bit higher, or you can work at the consultant level. So consultant level is basically they do the configuration part. Configuration means basically the design part. They do as a consultant, it is in the background. But at the user level is using the system. For example, your company is running an SAP system, whatever, like ECC system or S4 Hana system, that is immaterial. Your company is running an ECC system, and that is a consumer durable company, or maybe a cement manufacturing company, or maybe some engineering company. They are running this company, and you have been joined there as a maybe sales manager or maybe some sales supervisor or something like that. So you are running SAP system and whatever like sales order creations, sales order validations, billing checking, billing validations, report generating, all this you are doing on SAP. So you are an end user, right? That is what you can do. Now the thing is, when you are an end user, remember one thing. For example, you are working as an end user in any company. So that means what? Let's take an example. Currently, you are running an working in an end user company, and that is a cement company. So you will work there for 5 years, then you apply to another end user company, and it's the higher post with a higher package. But the thing is, irony is that that company has to be cement company, because when you are at the end user level, so they will take you from the same industry, not from the other industry. So if you are currently working in a cement industry, you have worked as a sales supervisor or something like that. Next role you will get in a senior position with a senior package, but in the cement company. That is what this end user work is. But if you are a power user, that will be little bit extra. So sometimes you may get the other industry and all those things. But if you are a consultant, the game is totally different. Consultant means what? Like you consulting company like TCS, Accenture, Capgemini, Infosys, IBM, Deloitte, all the consulting means service company will hire. Now they will allot one project to you, right? They will allot one project. So you will working in a project. That project will run for 6 months or 8 months. That project may be a manufacturing company's project. After that, you will be again given to another project. That project may be a consumer durable. After 6 or 8 months, you will be given another project. That project may be a oil company project. After 6 or 8 months, you will be given another project. So you will have a blend changes of different industry. Whereas in the end user level or maybe the power user level, you will have only one industry. Mostly people get only one industry until unless if you are a senior consultant or something like that. As a consultant you can work in the end user level or power user level, but as a power user and end user cannot work as a consultant, because consultant knows many things as a designer of the overall implementation. So that is the learning objective of this. Now, what is the SAP career path? How SAP is being placed? So inside, if you can say, here is entry level, intermediate level, consultant level, and expert level. And this blue color is basically what system developer, this is technical side, system designer, technical consultant, system architect. Green side is cross-functional expert, functional consultant, functional designer, application support module. And this is management side, junior management, middle management, senior management, system management side. So this is basically career path. So in the SAP, we have two type of career path. I will just explain in that way. Let's take this one. So one is the technical consultant, another is functional consultant. So technical consultant, what are the modules like ABAP, Advanced Business Application and Programming Basis, ABAP Basis, then we have the bots, then we have the, you can say MBG, it is like techno-functional basically, techno-functional. So ABAP is Advanced Business Application Programming, basically coding. They do the coding type of all this in the SAP domain. Then basis is basically what they do the installation process in the SAP. Whatever the installation, VPN, then the authorizations, all those profile creation that they do by basis concern. What is business object data services, that is taken care of by the data services. That means data migrations and all those things are managed by the bots guy. MDG is master data governance, that is related to the master data part. That means master data migration, master data manage, master data cleansing, all those is taken care of by the MDG, that is techno-functional role basically. In the functional side, we have many things. We have FICO, we have SD, we have MM, PWM, PP, PM, PS, HCM, SCM. So there are many functional rules are there as a component. So FICO is finance and controlling. That is the first module a company has to implement. Because any company implementing SAP, they have to implement first module is FICO. Without FICO module, you cannot implement any other module. Now after FICO, SD, MM, EWM, like whatever the other modules companies is having budget, they can implement all those modules, depending upon their budget and planning how they. But FICO is the first module to implement. Without FICO module, FICO means company code creation and the balance and profit and loss account and balance sheet. So without FICO module, you cannot create any other module in this. After FICO, SDMM, EWM, PP, PM, PS, HCM, all those. MM is material management, SD sales and distribution, EWM extended warehouse management related to warehouse. PP is production planning, PM is project maintenance, PS is project system, HCM is human capital management, HCM is supply chain management. So all these are functional side. There are many other there. I have given few examples of this. Now, uh, so this is our career path. Now next, what we are going to learn is, so what is the enterprise resource planning? So enterprise resource planning is basically what? Enterprise resource planning, you can say enterprise resource planning is function is one seamless application, usually a application system that run on top of the RDBMS, replace hundreds of legacy system organizations who use an ERP. So RDBMS basically what? RDBMS means basically, I'll tell you. RDBMS means Relational Database Management System. Relational Database Management System. That is RDBMS, Relational Database Management System, RDBMS. Now, this RDBMS is basically what? Basically it is a big database where all the data are stored, and from that the ERP is running. So ERP is basically what? ERP is basically Enterprise Resource Planning. That is ERP. Now, when you talk about Enterprise Resource Planning (ERP), now this ERP is basically how it is working. Now, there are thousands of ERPs available in the market. SAP is one of the ERP. Now, ERP manage basically three things: M, M, M. Now, what is that M? Men, money, and material. Three things basically any ERP manages. So that is the Oracle ERP, SAP ERP, or any other ERP in the world. Whether ERP is 100 rupees ERP or 100 CR ERP, any ERP is managed by the these three things: main, money, and material. Main is basically human capital management or HR. Money is related to the finance and controlling, and material is related to the sales of material, purchase of material, production of material. All this related to the material. So out of these three, mains are difficult to manage. Rest all money and material you can manage. So ERP is basically work with three M's: main, money, and material. Right. So that is what the ERP is concept. Now, the RDBMS as the concept I told is an RDBMS. So RDBMS how it is working. So it is resource planning ERP, integrate many business functions in one seamless applications, link all business process automatically, reduce inter-processing time, maintain complete audit trail of all trends. Now, any ERP system, let's take an example. We both are working in a system in the SAP, and in the night 1 o'clock you open the SAP system and you just change some data in some function. What happened? It is there is a audit is the knowledge, means it is being recorded and monitored in the system. So what happened? In the morning time, if I check, okay, Abhishek has woke up at 1 o'clock in the night and he changed the sales order, or he changed the purchase order, or he changed certain things data. It will show in the system that Abhishek has done this at night 1 o'clock and he has made these changes, X, Y, Z, whatever the changes you made. So that is a complete audit trail. That means in the system it can be shown from this process how, who has done it, when it has been done, who has made the changes. Everything is, that is what it is called audit trail. It is being audited actually, so it can be easily checked. Utilize one common database. So one common database, we do all these processes. Perform automatic internal conversion like foreign currency, taxes, legal rules for payroll, product pricing, all these things we are trying. Improve customer service by putting data at the fingertips at any employee. So of course it is related to the customer service part. That is what we do. What are the advantages of ERP? So advantages of ERP is, you can say, fully integrated business functions or modules that support business process. Help develop understanding of business process by tracking information through the process. Standardize system development life cycle. Move toward business process reengineering and central reengineering around the software directly links to external. Now, what is SAP? Now, SAP, if you see here, you can see here system applications and productive data processing. That is what SAP is all about. You can see SAP. That is data. It is a German company started founding in Germany in 1972. World's largest business software company, one of the third largest independent software provider. Now, company statistics is employees in more than 50 countries, 8,000 business partners, 650,000 customers in more than 120 countries, 30 million users, all installations, everything is done. Now, SAP ERP, now SAP's client server versions, what they actually do. So, SAP is distributed process and presentation. So, there are two sides. One is the processing, another is the presentation. Presentation we get in the front end, and the processes is in the back end. So based on R2 mainframe version, centralization of data and process. Now SAP ERP is 6.0 EHP8 and SAP S4 Hana 2023. This is the current version. GCC S4 Hana 2020 is the current version. That is what SAP S4 Hana is. Now what is the SAP's transition? That means what? So after the last 50 years, what SAP has done? So for over 50 years, SAP has done technological changes. So SAP started in 1972 with SAP R1. Then it has gone to 1982 SAP R2. Then it has gone to SAP R3 internal and client server technology 1992. Then in memory and cloud computing 2015, that is SAP S4 Hana. Now help customer thrive in the new digital economy. We are now focused on eradicating complexity and running live with our in-memory database technology SAP HANA and cloud computing. So this cloud computing HANA, it has been started in the 2015 onward. Before that, it was on the SAP ECC system. ECC means, so now currently there are more than 70% of the company in the world running SAP is in the ECC system, and they are giving, ECC is going to give support up to 2000. Earlier it was planned up to 2030. Now they might have been planned that up to 2033 they will support to ECC. So they are helping to convert from ECC to S4 HANA. Now, what are the major differences between ECC and S4HANA? One is that ECC system was running. So, as just now I told that you need what databases, that is RDBMS, your relational database management system. So, one relational database management system you need to run this SAP R3 system or ECC system or HANA system, any system. Now, when we talk about this ECC system, they used to use the Oracle databases. So there are many databases are available in the market. You are working in the HCL, so those who are working in the data processing and data engineering, they know the like databases are Oracle databases are there, MongoDB databases are there, Power BI databases are there. There are many databases available in the market. So Oracle is having their databases, and SAP was used to use Oracle databases so many years. After 2015, they have created their own database. That is HANA database, high performance analytical appliances. That is the HANA database. SAP has started a different concept of databases. And from there onward, they have used this technique of HANA database, and they have started with IMDB process, that is in-memory databases. So what is in-memory databases? You are using a smartphone nowadays. Now your phone, if you see the phone you were using before 10 years or 15 years, was RAM was how much? Like 4 MB RAM, 6 MB RAM, 8 MB RAM, 12 MB RAM. Now RAM are like 8 GB, 16 GB. Like this type of RAMs are available now. Hello.
Yeah, yes.
So nowadays this many RAMs are available in the market. So what happened, if you see your smartphone, you run 2 to 3 applications at a time. You run WhatsApp, you run Facebook, you run Swiggy, you run Big Basket, you run Zomato, you run banking app. All these apps you are running at a time. So 6 to 7 and 8, any mobile you see nowadays in the market, whether it is a 25,000 rupees mobile or 40,000 rupees mobile or 50,000 rupees mobile, any mobile you run, that is what this is basically. This mobile you are running in the SAP system is nothing but it is the many applications run in one side. That is what this is all about. So in memory and cloud computing, they have started in 2015, and now they have changed many things in the in memory and cloud computing, and then it has been started. So now this is the SAP solutions for companies. So the SAP is having a solutions for all companies like SAP ERP, all-in-one and business by design, SAP Business One. So all type of SAP is for large company, for medium company, for small company, for all type of SAP ERP is available in the market. Now, what are the integrated business solution vendors? So there are many vendors available in the market. You can see here. Oracle is having Oracle, JD Reward, PeopleSoft, CPL Retail. Microsoft Business Solution is having Dynamics, RedTech, Navision, Expata, Solomon. Facebook is having Sage Software, Acpac, ERP, Peachtree. SSA Global Technology is having BAN. Many of the Oracle applications having Oracle, JD Reward, PeopleSoft, CPL Retail. Like this way, so there are many applications are there in the market. Now, SAP Industry Solutions. So any industry you name, SAP is having a solution. Whether aerospace, automotive, banking, chemicals, consumer products, defense and security, engineering, construction, healthcare, high tech. higher education, industrial machinery, insurance, life sciences, logistics service, productions, media, meal products, mining, oil and gas, pharmaceuticals, postal services, professional services, public sector, railways, retail, telecommunications, utilities. So any industry you name, wholesale distribution. So any industry you name, SAP is having a solution. That is the plus point. Now architecture of ECC. So ECC is basically running on this. There are three tier architecture. One is GUI, graphical user interface, application server, and database. ECC was running in this way: graphical user interface, application server, and database server. Now, the S4 HANA was now, when we talk about ECC, this graphical user interface, application server, database server, it is, I will give you a very layman example so that you can easily understand. So, graphical user, let's take an example. You have gone to a restaurant with your friend, to a famous restaurant you have gone. So, when we enter the restaurant, you sit on table. That is the graphical user interface, and the waiter has come. Waiter has told sir what you want. So waiter has given you the menu card. After seeing the menu card, you and your friend both have decided, okay, we'll make order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items we have ordered. So this is graphical user interface. You sit there, you are drinking some uh, water and all those things, and you have ordered something. That waiter has taken the order. Now waiter has gone to the kitchen. The kitchen is basically what? Kitchen is basically the application server, where actually the chef, the your waiter has given the cheat, that white paper has given to the chef. Chef has known, okay, so these 5 items as ordered. So chef, what will do? Chef will take out certain items from the refrigerator. He will take certain items from the storeroom, and then he will chop certain things. He will cut certain things. He will fry certain things. He will boil certain things, and then he will prepare all your 5 dishes. Right? This way we do. Right? In every restaurant. So that is the application server. So here everything application, everything is mixing basically and prepared. Then the database server. So the database server is basically what? Database server is basically your storeroom, your refrigerator. This is your database server where your actually material is there. From there you are taking out. From refrigerator you have taken some vegetables and spices. Certain things you have taken out from your storeroom. And then in the application server, that means in your kitchen, you have prepared this. After preparing, then the waiter will go again and you will hand over the item to the waiter, and waiter will come to the graphical user interface. That is in the same table where you and your friend is sitting. There he will serve the food. So that means what? You ordered from the guy, graphical user interface, it has gone to application server. Application server has fetched data from the database server, and again database server has return this to application server. Application server made all the calculations, formulas are there in this system, and then they have given the presentation to the graphical that is in the table where you are eating. So that is what the ECC architecture. But when we talk about the transition to S4 HANA, S4 HANA will be different. So S4 HANA, there are three type of options: new implementation, system conversions, and landscape transformation. New implementation is basically what? When you are implementing a new system. So any other ERP available in the world, you are implementing SAP S4 HANA cloud or on. So cloud, what is cloud basically? So do you have any idea what is cloud?
Cloud they are using to store the data online. Huh?
Right, perfect. So cloud is already you know. So cloud is there, on-premises there. Now what happened? Let's take an example. Currently, wherever the company you are sitting there, let's take an example. That is a manufacturing company, right? You don't think it is HCL. You think that manufacturing company. You are working there. I am also working there. I am sitting in the first floor. You are sitting in the second. Now, in that company, if there is a server room and all the computer of that company is connected to the server. Now, this is basically an on-premises solution. That means SAP is implemented as an on-premise solution. So all the departments, purchase department, finance department, sales department, warehouse management department, human capital management department, all departments are connected to that server through the local area network, LAN and switches, right? So that is basically is on-premises, right? So every department are managing their reports and all the processes through SAP, and they are connected to the LAN, local area network, and it is connected to the server. So that is called on-premises. Cloud is basically what all the system is connected to the cloud. That is a server kept somewhere in maybe in India, maybe outside of India, where the server has been kept, and they have installed everything in the process and they are managing them. That is the process basically on premises and cloud. That is what this on premises and cloud is all about. Now, what happened? This on premises is little bit expensive comparison to the cloud. So that means what the earlier example what I have given you and me are working in a company. So here what happens is a manufacturing company. Now after the company has made some growth, company want to change certain things in the SAP system. So for that maybe they need to buy again new server, or maybe they need to buy new switches or local area network. Any certain thing hardware they also need. They need some people to manage those system maintenance and all those things. So for that purpose, on-premises is little expensive. So for example, if it is taken 100 rupees for an on-premise solutions to implement, cloud will take with 60-65. So you will have 30 to 40 rupees from the cloud cost. That is what this is all about. Now, when we talk about the system conversion, so what is system conversion? System conversion is basically nothing. System conversion is like ERP system, which is already running an SAP system, and they want to change from ECC to S4 Hana system. That is on-premises mostly. That is called system conversion. It is converting from ECC to S4. And there are third one is landscape transformation. One that is on-premises and cloud both it can be. So landscape transformation is basically nothing. Landscape transformation is basically it is already done somewhere in your company or maybe in your region or maybe in your zone. Same you are replicating in your. That is called basically landscape transformation. So landscape transformation is happening in like a big companies. They are doing this landscape transformation. So it is there. Landscape transformation. Now, whatever the ECC architecture just now I told the database application and presentation layer. That is what the ECC is application. Now, these are the many softwares available in the CRM, PLM, SCM, SRM, analytic manufacturing. All those type of applications are available in the ECC domain. Now, business models you have MM, PP, SD, FI, SM. Already I have discussed this one. Now SAP Business Suite. So this is basically the ECC Business Suite. Now we have now these are the contents. We have introductions of master data configuration, sales documents, logistic executions, billing, pricing and taxes, credit management. So these are the things we are going to learn, and like contract and pre-sales courses, agreement, availability to promise and transfer of requirements. These are certain advanced topics, sales document, advanced invoice correction, blocking deliveries, billing, milestone periodical, pricing and taxes, rate management, driver sales and distribution process, information procedure. These are the things we are going to learn in the upcoming time. So now, so there are two areas. One is the basic part, another is the advanced part. Now, sales and distribution. So, sales and distribution, if you see, this is how sales and distribution process is happening. So, this is a sales information system. So, there is a pre-sales activity. Pre-sales activity means before selling it is happening, like inquiry and quotation. So, inquiry and quotation, we also do inquiry and quotation, right? We do a lot of inquiries in Amazon, Flipkart, and all those things in online, right? We make inquiry in our local stores also. That is inquiry, and from that inquiry we ask for quotations also. For example, you if you go to a car showroom, if you make some inquiry, after that you ask for quotation, the car showroom will give you a quotation. On the basis of that quotation, you will apply for a loan. So that is quotation. So inquiry quotation is pretty common. You are using on your day-to-day life. After inquiry and quotation, there is a sales order has been created. So after the quotations also in the industry, there can be a contract or can be a scheduling agreement. So contract and scheduling agreement can we can do. So for you as an individual buyer, there may not be a contract or scheduling agreement, but in the industry, commercial buyers, there are contract can be happen, scheduling agreement can be happen. That is normal. Now after quotations, we can create a sales order. After sales order, we can do the delivery process. So delivery process is basically what? That is picking, packing, goods issue, and shipping. That is the delivery process. So transportation order, and after delivery, it is billing document. So billing document is basically what? Accounting receivable, accounts receivable is happening, and your payments, that is material stock account. So because material stock account will be reflected. So this is basically integration between MM and FI this side. And this is an account receivable is basically integration between FI and S. So this is the material management part and production planning. So this material can be delivered either if you are running a production company, so your production will happen and then you deliver the material. If you are a trading company, that means you are procuring item from the vendor and you are selling to your customer. So that is the procuring company. So in that case, it will be delivery upfront. Otherwise, you have to wait for the production process. After production process, the material will be delivered. There are three steps: goods issue, like picking, packing, PGI, and then shipment. That is what the shipping process is all about. And then finally billing document. This is a pretty simple sales process. Of course, there are many other things we need to learn when we learn about the SAP and all these things. Now, these are the agile and all those we are not discussing as of now. So, of course, this is the last slide. So now I'll do is I'll open SAP system. Now this is the SAP system I'm connecting to RDP remote desktop, right? So that means what? I will connect some desktop in the other part of the globe, and I'll open. So this is the IP address I'm connecting, and this is what I'll open. Now let's take an example. Let me open this one. Okay. So what happened? Let's take an example. I'm giving an example of BA01, that is means creating a sales order. Now here, if you see here, you can see here sales organizations. I'm putting some data on the sales organization, distribution channel and division. So what is that? That we'll learn in the classes only. Now I have entered some data. Order type is OR. I have entered some data. Now if I ask, let's take an example here. This many sales organization has been created, 162 entries. That means this many sales organization has been created in this system. Who has created these sales organizations? Sales organization will be creating by consultant. Now here, this is the front end. I am going to create a sales order. So I have just entered in the system. I got one data 1710. I have entered in the system. 10 is the distribution channel. Division is 0. Now this 0 division. So who has created this division? This is created by the consultant, not by the user. I am a user here. I have just opened. Now I'll enter. Now this is a sales order has been. Now here I have to fill up the form, and now here every places where the data is coming, the data and every places the configuration has been done in the background. So where it has been done, I'll tell you this has been done in the background. For example, if I go to SPRO, reference IMG, enterprise structure, definitions, sales and distributions, sales organizations, define sales organizations. So here actually this has been created. So how to create a sales organization? Let's take an example. I'll copy the sales organizations and I will create, let's take an example. I'll put TEST, test. So there is no test sales organization I'll put. So this is a test sales organization. TEST, test, test sales org. Now this test sales org you cannot see here. If I go back here in this screen, you have to see, you cannot see here test sales org. If I want to see test, so there is, this is Chicago sales test, this is a different. Test SO, that is a different. But test sales org, nothing is there. There are test is there, but that's all. So this is the, now I'll create this one. I'll enter, I'll continue, I'll save. That's all. So I have saved it. You can see test sales org has been created. Now I'll check whether that it has been there in the here. So I'll check here test sales org. So you can see here TEST test. So see test sales org, yellow highlight. So whatever I have created in the background as sales organization, I have created here in the, so this is I can see in the front end. Now in the front end I can see this one only. Only this one I can see, like as already I told that I have chosen one sales organization or distributor. This is created in the background. So background person who is creating is the consultant, and the front end what I am creating a sales order is the end user, or maybe a little bit if you give an extra something like that, maybe a power. So this is the difference between the front end and the back end if I ask. Now I'll delete it. I don't want to keep this one. If you have any questions now, you can ask me any. Now session is open for you. You can ask any questions, whatever you want to ask.
This is for HD, the which you
This is
told
for
now.
HD. This is for HD. Now
HD.
MM also, see MM also the presentation will be the same. Only thing I'll open the MM part. Like let's take an example. I'll open the ME21N. Now ME21N again. I'll what I'll do is I'll do, like, let's take an example of the header part. Sorry. So I'll go to organization data. Now purchase organizations. So here you can see purchase organizations are there, more than 500 input. 500 से भी ज्यादा purchase organization, ये तो ट्रेनिंग सिस्टम 500 से ज्यादा purchase organization बन चुके हैं इसमें. अब इसमें क्या है, मेरे को अगर purchase organization बनाना है, so I'll go in the background. So I'll go in the background for the purchase organization creations. So I'll go to enterprise structure definitions, like metal management, maintain purchase organization. So here I can create a purchase organization. Same way, like let's take an example of create a purchase organization. So I'll create is test purchase org, and this is I'll put as TEST test. Oh, it is already there. Test one, it is not there. So test one purchase organizations. Now I'll see here the purchase organization list of purchase organizations. So test one. So test one not found in line one. So test one is not there. Now I'll create one purchase organization. So I have just created one element of this. So here this I will enter. Okay, so this is, maybe I'll create as the TES1, which is not there. Enter. I'll save it. Save it. So TES1 you can see. Now I'll show you TES1 here. So TES1. TS1. Test purchase organization, TS1.
Okay.
Right. So I both the side. See, I have there are many things to run a process, to run MM module. We run many things to create in the background. To run SD module, we have to create many things in the background. Those things I have created only one element just to show you what
Okay.
is the difference between the, like here you can see create a purchase order. So whatever I will enter every field, this is a end user work. Now if I go to the background, here, this is the consultant work who is creating purchase organization. So I am being a consultant, I have created purchase organizations here. So this is basically the difference between a consultant and a power user or maybe end user. That is what this is all about. Now you can ask any questions. Whatever questions you have, you can ask.
Yeah. जो
आपके जो भी
रिमोट
सवाल है आप पूछो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, हिंदी में इंग्लिश में जो भी आपको लगे, जो सवाल है आप पूछो।
ये सॉफ्टवेयर जो है अभी रिमोट डेस्कटॉप के थ्रू आपने जो लॉगिन किया था अभी, वो मतलब कैसा है, मतलब परचेज वाला है, कैसा है मतलब?
हाँ, वो उसका आपको सर्वर का आपको सब्सक्रिप्शन लेना पड़ता है। वो जैसे 2 महीने का कुछ 1500 रुपया होता है।
ओके।
तो 2 महीने का आपको एक्सेस मिलता है 1500 रुपये का। तो वो आपको हम दिला देंगे, आप जब कोर्स करोगे तो वो दिला देंगे।
तो वो 1500 अलग से लगेगा, मतलब देना पड़ता है ऐसा?
हाँ, 1500 अलग से देना पड़ता है। तो मतलब
अच्छा।
मेरा उसमें क्या होता है, मेरा जो फीस रहता है, फीस के साथ ही सर्वर का पैसा भी आ जाता है। बिकॉज
ओके।
कई कई लोगों के पास सर्वर होता है, कई के पास नहीं होता है, तो मेरा फीस के अंदर ही सर्वर के पैसे हो जाते हैं। तो
ओके।
अलग से मैं पैसा सर्वर के लिए नहीं लेता हूँ।
हाँ हाँ।
अभी आपका आपका जो दो सबसे पहला वाला दिक्कत क्या है कि आपको आपका लैपटॉप पहले सही करना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि
अब वो तो
आप
है
तो
ही।
अभी देखो।
हाँ
हाँ।
हाँ हाँ, लैपटॉप पहले सही करना पड़ेगा, राइट? हाँ।
हाँ, क्योंकि आपका लैपटॉप जितना जल्दी आप सही करोगे, तो अभी आप लैपटॉप अगर सही करोगे तो, क्योंकि ये कोर्स जो है ये लगभग 45-50 आवर्स का कोर्स है। ये लगभग आपका मतलब हम डेली 2-3 घंटे 2 घंटे करके भी डेली तो कर नहीं पाएंगे, 3-4 दिन कैसे करेंगे, जैसे भी करेंगे तो वो कम से कम हमारा 1-1.5 महीना तो ऐसे चला जाएगा। उसके बाद आपको थोड़ा सा प्रिपरेशन और ये सब चीजें, थोड़ा थ्योरी वगैरह पढ़ना पड़ेगा, मटेरियल वगैरह हम शेयर करेंगे आपको, वो रेगुलर बेसिस पे आपको पढ़ना पड़ेगा। ये सब चीजें आप करेंगे तो आपको सी, आप जब ऐसे ट्रांजिशन कर रहे हो, आप जब फील्ड ये करोगे, आपको तैयार होने में आपको 2-3 महीना जैसे लगेगा। 90 दिन तो आप समझ के चलो आपको लग जाएगा, आप जब से ये शुरू करोगे तब से। आज से शुरू करो तो भी 90 दिन है, 15 दिन के बाद शुरू करोगे तो भी 90 दिन। जितना देर करोगे उतना आपके लिए वो चीजें ये है।
हम्म।
और इवन इवन क्या होता है कि आपका कंपनी में भी ऑप्शन हो सकते हैं आपके एब्जॉर्ब होने। आप एचसीएल में कितने साल से काम कर रहे हो?
मेरा 8-9 साल हो गए।
अच्छा। हाँ, तो आपका कंपनी में भी ऑप्शन, आपके एचसीएल में भी ऑप्शन हो सकते हैं, उसमें कोई दिक्कत नहीं।
और ये जो जो मतलब ये जो आप में स्टडी कराएंगे जैसे, ये तो
हाँ
रियल टाइम प्रोजेक्ट पे भी बेसिस रहेगा, मतलब जैसे ये कुछ होता नहीं, जैसे कि कंपनियों
हाँ, नहीं
में
नहीं,
प्रोजेक्ट बेसिस पे।
रियल टाइम प्रोजेक्ट तो मैं नहीं करवा पाऊंगा आपको, लेकिन हाँ हम आपको डमी प्रोजेक्ट हम आपको कराएंगे। जो चीजें सी प्रोजेक्ट में जैसे होता है वैसी चीजें सिखाएंगे आपको। जो हमने डिस्कस किया ये सब प्रोजेक्ट में ही होता है। तो
ओके।
प्रोजेक्ट में जो चीजें होता है वही रियल टाइम प्रोजेक्ट। अभी देखो रियल टाइम प्रोजेक्ट तो अ, हम कोई भी कंपनी से बोलते हैं रियल टाइम प्रोजेक्ट, पर रियल टाइम प्रोजेक्ट वो करवाते नहीं है। वो कैसे करवाएंगे? क्योंकि रियल टाइम प्रोजेक्ट में क्लाइंट कभी भी, पता है आपको, क्लाइंट आपको नहीं जानता है, क्लाइंट प्रोजेक्ट मुझे देगा। अब मेरा जो सिस्टम एक्सेस है वो मैं आपको दे नहीं पाऊंगा, तो क्लाइंट मेरे को, क्लाइंट को मालूम है सुप्रियो कर रहा है, तो
अच्छा।
सुप्रियो उसको अभिषेक को नहीं दे सकता।
अच्छा अच्छा।
क्योंकि क्लाइंट
ओके।
तो एक्सेस अभिषेक को नहीं देगा ना, क्लाइंट तो सुप्रियो को एक्सेस देगा, क्लाइंट तो पैसा सुप्रियो को देगा, सुप्रियो को एक्सेस देगा कि सुप्रियो में काम कर सकता है, सुप्रियो के लिए प्रोजेक्ट है। तो इसलिए कोई भी अगर आपको क्लेम करता है ना लाइव प्रोजेक्ट दे रहा हूँ, ये वो सब फॉल्स क्लेम है। वो सब में आप मत पढ़ो। मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ ये फील्ड में 15 साल से काम कर रहा हूँ और मेरा 20-22 साल का अनुभव है टोटल। तो मैं वैसे झूठे चीजें अफवाह नहीं फैलवाता, वो
हाँ हाँ
पॉसिबल नहीं
हाँ।
है। हाँ, जो आपको देखो, आपको डमी प्रोजेक्ट और प्रोजेक्ट जैसा पूरा प्रोजेक्ट में जो जो चीजें होता है वही चीजें आप आपको क्लास में सिखाएंगे, और वो चीजें सीखोगे तो प्रोजेक्ट में जब आप जाओगे आपको मालूम है यही चीजें हमने करके आए हैं वही होगा। क्योंकि
हम्म,
देखो एक चीज है, कोई भी अगर 20 करोड़ 25 करोड़ या 30 करोड़ का प्रोजेक्ट है या 40 करोड़ का प्रोजेक्ट है, वो क्लाइंट तो कंसल्टेंट को देख के देगा ना।
हाँ
तो
हाँ,
वो
वो तो है ही।
आपको देगा, वो तो मुझे देगा ना। और मेरा
हम्म
मेरे पास जो प्रोजेक्ट आया मैं आपको कैसे अलॉट कर सकता हूँ या आपको कैसे करवा सकता हूँ।
आप
वो
दे नहीं
वो
सकते
फॉल
एक्सेस।
हाँ, वो मार्केट में सब लोग इंस्टीट्यूट और ये वो सब फॉल्स टाइम लाइव प्रोजेक्ट, ये वो कोई नहीं करवाता लाइव, कोई देगा ही नहीं वैसे लाइव प्रोजेक्ट। कहाँ से देगा? कल जाके उसमें क्या होगा मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ सिंपल। अगर मान के चलो मेरे पास प्रोजेक्ट आया और मैंने आपको दिया, कल जाके मान के चलो आपने बीच में छोड़ दिया या नहीं किया या गलत किया, या मैंने उसको, चलो आपने सही गलत किया मैंने उसको सही करके दे दिया, कल जाके कुछ ऊपर नीचे हुआ, क्लाइंट को पता चल गया कि मैंने मेरा प्रोजेक्ट में दूसरे किसी थर्ड पार्टी से करवाता हूँ, तो क्लाइंट तो मेरे से प्रोजेक्ट वापस ले लेगा।
हाँ।
सही है कि नहीं मुझे बताओ।
हाँ हाँ हाँ।
हाँ, तो फिर तो लोग ऐसा
हम्म
फॉल्स क्लेम करते रहते हैं, उसमें मत पड़ना। मतलब आप देखो मेरा एक सिंपल लॉजिक है, मैं वैसे नहीं बोलता हूँ कि आप ट्रेनिंग मेरे से। जनरली लोग क्या चार जगह पूछते हैं, इधर क्या है उधर क्या है, कितना फीस है क्या है, इंस्टीट्यूट क्या करते हैं क्या नहीं करते, ये सब करते हैं। उसके बाद वो आके करते हैं, तो इसलिए कोई वो नहीं है, लेकिन मेरा मेन चक्कर क्या है कि आप उल्टे सीधे झांसे में मत पड़े। क्योंकि लोगों को
हम्म,
क्या होता है कि झांसे में बैठ के पैसा ले लेने का सबसे पहले, बाकी चीज बाद में बात है, वो सिखाएगा नहीं सिखाएगा, करवाएगा नहीं करवाएगा, वो सब बात की बात है। तो पहले उल्टा सीधा चार पांच चीजें झूठ बोल के आपको मतलब वो कर लेंगे, वो मेन चक्कर।
अच्छा
वो
अच्छा।
चीजें मैं नहीं करता क्योंकि मैं खुद कंसल्टेंट हूँ, मैं ट्रेनर हूँ, तो मैं वो चीजें क्यों करूंगा जो, क्योंकि
अच्छा,
मुझे मालूम है ये इंडस्ट्री में क्या होता है क्या नहीं होता, तो मैं गलत मतलब रॉन्ग वो नहीं करता, मिस सेलिंग, मिस ये नहीं करता।
अच्छा, आप किस कंपनी में है फिर, जैसे एज ए कंसल्टेंट काम करते हैं आप?
हाँ, मैं कंसल्टेंट ऐसे काम करता हूँ, मेरा मतलब है एक कंपनी है यस टेक्नोलॉजी, उसमें मैं काम करता हूँ।
अच्छा। ओके। इसी मतलब एचडी में या एमएम में इस टाइप से मतलब, है ना?
हाँ, मैंने दोनों, मैं लीड लीड के हिसाब से काम करता हूँ।
तो अभी भी कर रहे हैं मतलब?
हाँ, कर रहा है।
अच्छा अच्छा। ओके। हम्म। वैसे अब इस क्लास में इंटरव्यू के लिए भी आप बताएंगे जैसे?
हाँ, इंटरव्यू के लिए हम आपको क्वेश्चन वगैरह देंगे और इंटरव्यू आपको मॉक इंटरव्यू वगैरह प्रैक्टिस भी करवाएंगे।
अच्छा।
हाँ, लेकिन वो अभी अभी तो देखो, आप कोर्स ज्वाइन करोगे पहले तो आपको चीजें सीखना पड़ेगा, थ्योरी पढ़ना पड़ेगा प्रैक्टिकल क्लास में, और मेरे क्लास में प्रैक्टिकल आपको क्लास में खुद करना पड़ेगा। वो मैं आपको सिखाऊंगा कैसे करना है, मेरा ऐसा नहीं है जैसे कि दूसरे ट्रेनर का क्या होता है, मैं आपको बता देता हूँ दूसरे ट्रेनर क्या करते हैं। वो प्रैक्टिकल करते हैं और स्टूडेंट बैठ के देखते हैं।
हाँ
हमारा
हाँ।
ऐसा नहीं है, हमारा तो क्लास में करना है, मेरे सामने आपको
हम्म।
करना पड़ेगा।
अच्छा अच्छा।
हाँ, वो चीजें है वो तो तभी सीखोगे आप। वैसे मैं बोल दिया, हाँ कुछ चीजें आपको होमवर्क के हिसाब से देंगे कि ये अभिषेक ये आप होमवर्क है, 2 दिन के बाद ये करके आना, 2 दिन के बाद मैं पूछूंगा ये चीज, वो अलग बात है। लेकिन क्लास में तो
हम्म,
करना पड़े, क्लास में ऐसा नहीं कि मैं आपको खाली बता बता ये ऐसे करो वैसे करो वैसे करो, वो फायदा नहीं है। वो तो
अच्छा।
आप जैसे मूवी देखते हो वैसे मूवी देखते रहोगे, वो वैसे मैं सिखाता नहीं हूँ।
हम्म, ठीक। और क्या जैसे रहेगा मतलब, जैसे वो फीस जैसे?
फीस वगैरह मैं आपको इसका डिटेल जो है वो आपको मैंने मेल पे भेज दूंगा। जो भी हमारा फीस टर्म्स एंड कंडीशंस है वो मैं आपको मेल पे भेज दूंगा, आप मेल पे चेक कर लेना। और फिर आप देख लेना, मैं इसको एक मिनट रिकॉर्डिंग में बंद कर देता हूँ।